is to try to facilitate a transition, organizational issues in setting up a White House. We talked about.
And I've asked my transition team to develop a list of executive actions we can take on day one to restore our laws and bring back our jobs. It's about time. These include the following. On trade, I am going to issue our notification of intent to withdraw from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, a potential disaster for our country. Instead, we will negotiate fair bilateral trade deals that bring jobs and industry back onto American shores.
Well, I think he identified this as one of his key priorities throughout the campaign, and it's an area where at the executive level he has a lot of authority, right? He can basically make this decision as the president to withdraw from negotiations. It hasn't been ratified through the Congress yet, so I think the timing is right if your perspective is wanting to stop the deal from happening before the Congress has an opportunity to move forward with it, potentially in the lame duck session this winter. I think from a big perspective, the United States has basically spearheaded this agreement in negotiations with key partners in Asia for almost a decade. So, whether you agree with the TPP or whether you don't like the TPP, I think we have to say that, this absolutely is a little bit of a loss of legitimacy for the U.S., given that, this was a U.S.-led agreement, negotiating with the other 11 member countries for a number of years now. And so now, this is a sharp turn in U.S. policy that I think is going to have ramifications.
Stay here more comfortable and more need to make any arrangement to many of you the microphone to contact with.
Then what we need to do, I think, is look at the sector level and the company level. What are the industries that were positioned to benefit from TPP actually getting finalized and getting on board, and which were the ones that were perceived to be losers there? So we could talk about the specific sectors, but I think within that, you look at U.S. technology firms, you look at U.S. agriculture firms, U.S. manufacturing. Obviously, those are sectors that were perceived to be big beneficiaries of the agreement. Yeah, I think it's an immediate loss of credibility in Asia, but in a way that potentially positions the U.S. to re-engage moving forward. I mean, there's no question that many countries in the region continue to want to see a strong U.S. presence on both an economic basis and on a strategic basis. And to the extent to which President-elect Trump is genuine in his commitments to striking better trade deals, I still think the window is going to be open for the U.S. to come back to the table. It's just going to take, I think, some time to find a new equilibrium.
So I'd like to welcome you and congratulate you on your.
Thank you.
Thank you, Minister.